The Best Deal Thursdays. Hi, welcome to the Froggy Five. I'm your host, Jim Freilich, founder and managing partner of Froggy Companies, where when it comes to real estate, you can't stop the hop. Within these types of deals, can you share like one of your favorite deals? Something that you're just like out of your mind about because it went so well?
You know,
or if not, maybe a method if you've got, something on the more
yeah,
positive
okay.
side.
I've got a couple examples for you. Now, none of these deals have gone full cycle, right? So I can't, say, we earned 50% annualized returns on these, but I can give you a couple examples of things that we've liked that we've invested in as a club. One of them is, we talked about niches just a moment ago. There's a sponsor who we invested with recently, actually, but their niche is Section 8 overhang, where they go out and they buy a LIHTC property, low income housing credit tax credit property that limits the amount of money that the tenants can come out of pocket for rent, right? So they get the cap rate or the property price is priced accordingly, right? It's based on those restricted rents. Then what they do is they go in and they, over the next couple years, as units turn over, they turn them over to Section 8 tenants, because they can then charge full market rents or even above market rents, because Section 8 is paying the bulk of those rents. The tenants do come out of pocket for some of it, but LIHTC rules only restrict what the tenant can themselves come out of pocket for, right? So
Okay.
if Section 8 is paying for 2/3 of the rent, 3/4 of the rent, and the tenant's only paying their fractional portion, then still meets the LIHTC rules, but you as the owner are collecting full market rents or even above that, and you know exactly how much Section 8 allows you to charge in that market. They publish it every year. So we invested in a deal. It was a portfolio of 2 properties in Mississippi, and they bought these properties at a low cost relative, a low price, given the restricted rents. And they are going through and just turning over these units with full market rent paying or even higher than market rent paying Section 8 tenants. So and the Section 8 caps on these are huge. So they're creating value in these properties that has nothing to do with renovation or that heavy lift that's required by a big renovation project, right? They actually create they create the value in these before that value is added when they buy it at the super deep discount for the LIHTC restricted rents. So from there, it's just a matter of execution in putting in good Section 8 tenants. That's all that's required of them. They're still going to do a little bit of property improvements here and there, but the value that they're adding to the deal is really coming before they even purchase it. So
Okay.
that was one
Great.
niche strategy that we liked. Again, we like these niche strategies, right? Like we love all that kind of stuff. They have a clever niche that they operate in. Another deal that we liked, it was a portfolio of 2 what they call select service hotels. Select service being like workforce hotels. It's not a motel, but it's not like a resort either. I mean, it's for business travelers, that sort of thing. And both of these hotels were located right outside of Fort Knox. So almost all of the clientele they're just government contractors or government workers visiting Fort Knox. So very stable clientele base. Doesn't really have anything to do with whether there's a recession or whether the economy is booming. Doesn't matter. It's pretty recession proof because it's all government workers. And they assumed it was a fixed interest 5.1% loan with over 9 years remaining on it. So I don't know whether there will be a good market for selling hotels in the next 2 or 3 years. If someone were to get like a bridge loan to do that deal, at some point in the next 9 years, there will be a good moment to sell these hotels, right? So, you take that limitation off the table. It's no longer a concern. There will be a good market for selling these at some point before that loan ends. And in the meantime, fixed low interest mortgage, very stable operating hotels. They were cash flowing from day one, started paying distributions from month one. So we like to see again, it's a niche strategy, a niche market, but it makes sense. It makes sense, and it's low risk, and that's the kind of stuff that we look for.
But both of those, you make money. Both of those are government-backed related, I guess you would say, based on, one based on proximity to government, the other based on actual government programs. So there's an amount of security to that, and then there's the fact that it sounds like both things were taken at a deep discount. So you make your, that's the biggest way to take risk off the table, is create a big margin out of the gate. And then you're like,
Exactly.
okay, well, we got a good basis. Hey, thanks for having me on. If anybody else wants to find out more about what we're doing, please come to froggycompanies.com. Check out our 3 different business areas. We also have the Froggy Fund 1 that's now open for up to $18 million. We're going to be investing that $18 million across a diverse number of assets, cash flowing and ground up. And I'm really excited about this fund, and really confident that we can outperform most of the other people out there in terms of what we invest in and how we do our due diligence and the type of partners we put together. So it's great talking to you, and see you next time.